Y'all seem to love it, and we definitely love it. Well, me in particular, because I'm the cook, the slow cooker. I know you're always looking for new recipes to make in your slow cooker. I am too. So let's make 3 new ones. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. When I'm filming this, it is Tuesday, and that means it's Taco Tuesday. And while we don't always do tacos on Taco Tuesday, a lot of times I like to do Mexican inspired dishes on those days. We are making a Crockpot taco pasta, and I am making it, what time is it? It's 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'm gonna be doing mine on high. So we're gonna start over on the stove top because we're gonna brown our ground beef, but I wanna add some onions to that, so let's chop those up. Not only do I need to chop up this onion, but these are little bell peppers from our plants outside. This recipe calls for some bell pepper, so bless this little heart. We went through a drought, and even though we were watering it, we probably weren't watering it enough, so some of them just didn't turn out very big at all, like this one. This one did pretty good, but we're gonna use these, and then I'm gonna add the onion too. And you know what? I should probably also add a jalapeno. We have some of those from the garden too, and might as well because we love the heat, right? So let me get a jalapeno out of the fridge too, and we'll add that to the mix. Okay, all that's done. Now let's chop up this onion really quickly. I've got a large skillet heating to about medium-high heat. Okay, let's go over to the stovetop. We've got a pound of ground beef going in. To that pound of ground beef, I'm gonna add in my small diced onion. I'm just gonna let this cook until it's all done, then we'll drain it. And then everything else will go just into the crock pot. Our ground beef has cooked. I did drain off some of the excess fat, grease, but I just did the paper towel method, so it's probably not all of it. It will be okay. Now, let's add in the pepper, all of the peppers. I've also got some frozen corn here. You could use canned corn, just drain it. 1 can. I'm doing about a cup of the frozen corn. Mine is not thawed, it's still frozen, but it's gonna be okay. We need a can of crushed tomatoes, but not the big can. It can be hard to find the smaller cans of crushed tomatoes, but you need about 15 ounces of that. Pour that in. You also need a cup of jarred salsa. I'm using this Jazzbo's salsa. That's just what we have on hand and what we love. But you only need about a cup of that. I've still got this that I had the corn in. I'll just use that to kind of measure that out. There we go. Now we need to add in some taco seasoning. I'm gonna add in about 3 tablespoons. Now you need to add in about 2.5 cups of liquid. You could just do water. I've got some of this bone beef broth left. I'm gonna use that. You could do chicken broth, but I'm just gonna do as much of this as I can and then the rest of the way with water. I had about 1 cup left of that, so I'm gonna do 1.5 cups of water to that. Let's add that in. I'm just gonna use my mix and chop just to stir that around really good. Now I did say this is taco pasta. We'll do the pasta later, closer to time to eat. But I'm gonna put this on high for 2 to 3 hours. If you're doing it on low, do it for like 5 to 6 hours. You'll also need to shred some cheese later today, but have 12 ounces of pasta ready and some shredded cheese ready. And then at the end of this, we'll do something with the pasta and the cheese. That's what I was trying to say. I'll see you back in 2.5 hours. We have about 30 minutes left on the timer on the crock pot. Now, if you did yours on low, you're gonna want to turn it to high at this point. But you're gonna grab 12 ounces of pasta, whatever pasta you have. I'm doing, how do you say this? Fusilli? It's the little corkscrew type. Anyway, I have a pound here, so I won't quite use all of this. Let's stir this in. Ooh, she's nice and steamy. Okay, so there's a good bit of liquid there, but that's by design. That should be good. Let's stir that in. And we're gonna let this cook for 15 to 30 minutes. It just depends on how fast or how hot your crock pot is. Just keep checking on it because you don't want it to disintegrate. Pasta in the crock pot is a little tricky, or it can be. You don't want to overcook it because it's just gonna fall apart. So we'll keep an eye on it. This is gonna hang out for 15 to 30 minutes, and then we'll stir in some cheese as well. Okay, it has been about 25 minutes, so let's check on this pasta. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I think we're done. Let me take a bite of one of the pieces. It's hot. Okay, it's pretty much done. Now, at this point, the next 5 minutes, we're gonna let some cheese melt. You need about a cup of cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. You know me, I love to shred my own. However, I had bought this for a recipe not too long ago, and I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want it to mold and get nasty. So I'm gonna use pre-shredded cheese. Either way, it's fine. I prefer to shred my own. It just melts better, but I don't want this to go to waste. So we need about a cup of this. Let's stir that in, and we can always add more on top of each bowl, you know? All right, it's already melting. So I'm gonna put the lid back on it and let it hang out for the last 5 minutes, and then it'll be time to eat. It's been about 5 minutes. Let's eat. Okay, that smells really good. I'm hungry. Besides topping it with a little more cheese, I'm gonna add a little cilantro on top because we have it and we like it. There we go. Look at the sun coming in. We just had a storm and all of a sudden sunlight is coming in. Lovely.
This looks lovely.
Hopefully it's good.
Some sort of pasta here. I don't know. I just know that it smells good.
It does smell good. Take a bite.
All right, here we go. And it's hot.
It's very hot.
That's really good.
Good.
It's almost like a chili, but there's something a little different.
Okay.
It's got more of an Italian vibe to it.
Italian?
Because of the pasta?
Oh, okay. It's called a taco pasta. So the fact that you said Italian threw me off a little bit.
Well, it definitely does taste like a taco pasta now that you mention it.
Okay.
I was getting the Italian vibes from the pasta. I'm a little out of it right now. That is really good flavor. I love the chilies in there because it's a little spicy.
Well, I put some of our jalapeno and our bell pepper from our garden in there. That's what's in there.
Oh, man.
But there's probably some chilies from the salsa that I used too.
That's really good.
Good.
Taco pasta.
So
Did good.
If you aren't a member, or if you don't get my newsletter, then you may not know this, but a little plug. If you don't get my newsletter, go to mandyinthemaking.com and sign up for it. But he's training for a triathlon. So today you did all three.
We're going to see.
You swam and then you ran your bike.
I ran my bike.
And then you rode. I can't talk. You rode your bike and then you ran. So he's exhausted and needs to refuel.
Needs some fuel.
Okay.
Right now.
Well, I'm going to dig in.
But
Cole
this
is not here
really
for this.
good.
But
this is really good. It's
glad.
like a great blend of Italian because of the pasta, the taco flavor. It's nice and spicy, but it's not like overpowering spicy.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that's really good.
Excellent.
You did a good job.
Good morning. It is 7:30. We just woke up. We've got some people coming to do some work here at the house. They're going to be here at 8 o'clock and they're probably going to be here a good portion of the day. And I really need to get this in the crock pot or else we're going to have to go out for dinner and I don't want to do that. So we're going to put this in the crock pot really quickly before they get here because they're going to be here and in my space and I'm not going to be able to film. So good morning. The good thing about this slow cooker meal is that it's really, really quick to put together. We're doing drumsticks in the slow cooker. We're seasoning them really well. It's going to be easy. So I can get it done before they get here and I can also start the coffee pot and get my coffee before they get here. So I am using my smaller crock pot today because I'm only doing 5 legs because I think it's just going to be me and Steven for dinner tonight. I'm not positive on that, but we'll make it work either way. Okay, now let's mix our seasoning mix together. And you know what? I'm just gonna season it kind of how it is instead of mixing it all together because I really am in a hurry. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt to them. We're also gonna sprinkle on some smoked paprika, of course, the garlic, and I'm also gonna add in some of this ground jalapeno. Totally optional, not required, but we like some spicy, you know that, so. Excellent. I'm going to flip them so we can kind of do the same thing to the other side. All right. Now we're going to top it with a little bit of barbecue sauce, whatever barbecue sauce you have and love. I hear our neighbor's rooster going crazy. He said, get up. But joke's on him, I'm already up. Okay, that should be enough for now. We will top it with some more barbecue sauce at the very end, but this can go on low for 4 to 6 hours or on high for 2 to 3 hours. So I'm going to do it on low since I'm going to have some workers here at the house and we'll be eating it a little bit later today. So even though that says 8 hours, we'll check on it probably in about 6 hours. I have great news. Well, great news for me. Maybe you'll be excited too. The people that were here doing the work, I anticipated them being here a good portion of the day. Well, they had a bigger team with them today, so they were able to finish very quickly. It's only 10:45 in the morning and they just left. So that's great news. So what I've done is I have turned my crock pot to high so that we can eat these chicken legs for lunch. And then that means that I can make dinner in the crock pot as well. So I get 2 recipes done today when I was barely getting 1 done, I thought. So it is a good day. For dinner tonight, we are making a hearty chicken stew in the crock pot. So it's not chicken noodle soup. I'm not sure how thick it's gonna be. Is that what makes something a stew? Is if it's thicker? I feel like a soup is thinner and a stew is thicker, right? Anyway, we are going to add a cornstarch slurry to it at the end to try and help thicken it up. But I'm not going to cook it on high because it's so early in the day. I'm probably just going to cook it on low and it'll be ready for us for dinner time. But we have a little bit of chopping to do because anytime you have a chicken stew or that type of soup, you've got a lot of chopping of different veggies going in there. So let's do that. To start with, I've got some carrots, celery, and onion. We're also going to be mincing some garlic, chopping up some baby potatoes. there's a good bit of goodness that goes into this, so let's get started. So we're just going to slice the celery. I've got 3 ribs here. As I finish these up, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the crock pot because everything's all going in there together, so just to make room here. Next, I have a few of these baby potatoes left over from a recipe I just did. So I'm going to use these, and then I have a new pack as well. But the recipe just calls for regular potatoes peeled and chopped. I'm just going with these because I don't have to peel them, and I already had them on hand anyway, so there we go. I'm peeling my carrots. I'm doing 3 medium carrots. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but you can go back and forth with your peeler most of the time. Now, I don't do it on things that are hard to hold because I'm scared I'm gonna cut myself, but carrots, it's really easy to just go back and forth, and it makes it a lot quicker. So just a little tip. I didn't learn that until somewhat recently, and I was astounded that you could do that. For these, I'm just going to cut them mostly in circles. Maybe up here towards the top, I might cut those circles in half because it's so large, but the rest of it will just be in circles. I'm gonna dice this yellow onion really quickly. And I could have gotten my veggie chopper out for all of this and just chopped them all very uniformly, but I did want them to have not really just that regular chopped shape. So that's why I didn't do that. But if you don't care about that and you are looking for quick and easy, if you have one of those vegetable dicer things, that would make this very, very quick. Okay, all of that is done. Now let's mince some garlic. I've got 3 pretty good sized cloves here. So I'm gonna just mince these right over the crock pot. I'll be right back. So I just pulled some thyme leaves off of some fresh thyme. Trying to make sure I got most of the stem out. We're gonna put about a tablespoon of fresh thyme in there. And we're also gonna put some fresh rosemary, but I do need to chop it up. So let me do that. And I may run my knife through the thyme too, just because. Let's do that. I love some fresh herbs. That's really gonna help this soup, or stew, excuse me. Oh, that smells so fragrant already. Okay, we are ready to throw these in with everything else. Now the recipe calls for 2 pounds of boneless chicken breasts or thighs. I did have some extra, I have a lot of chicken breasts on hand because we don't use them as much. If you've been around, you know my family loves chicken thighs. And while I do have some of those on hand too, I thought I would go ahead and try breast in this because we are going to be shredding it up later. And I'm gonna be cooking it on low, so I think it's gonna be totally fine. So throw those in there. Let's throw in some salt. We need a good bit, maybe a little more than a teaspoon. I can always add more later if I need to. Let's do some black pepper, some garlic powder, and a little bit of onion powder. The last thing we need is the liquid. We're basically gonna use this whole container of chicken broth. I do have the lower sodium kind. I'm just gonna pour that in, and then we're gonna set this on low. Now, if you need it faster than that, you could definitely do this on high, but we should be good. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm not quite using the entire container, but this is gonna go on low for the rest of the afternoon. This will be dinner tonight. It has been several hours, and now we're gonna take these chicken legs and we're gonna brush them with some more of the barbecue sauce, and we're gonna put them under the broiler. So I've got my broiler heating up over there. These smell so good. Don't drop it in the sauce, Mandy. It goes splattering everywhere. Okay, let me grab a little brush and take this barbecue sauce. We're gonna do it under the broiler for just a couple of minutes because it's gonna burn if it stays too long, but we just want to get it nice and crispy, and this will kind of caramelize on top too, which will be nice. Let me spread that out. Now you definitely, if you don't want them crispy, you could just take them out, coat them in some more barbecue sauce, call it a day. I definitely want to put these in the broiler, so let's do it, or under the broiler. It is 1 o'clock on the dot, so I'm gonna let those sit in there for about 2 minutes and then I'll check on them. All right, these just came out from under the broiler. I left them under there for just a couple of minutes. They look nice and crisped up. So I've got some mac and cheese going over here, just the boxed kind, nothing spectacular, but just to go along with this. Stephen will be home in just a little bit, so hopefully he can do a taste test with us, but if not, it'll just be me. Okay, you are just getting me for a taste test right now. Stephen will be home in a little bit, and if he's up to it, we'll get him to tell us what he thinks about these chicken legs too. I mean, it's really hard to go wrong with chicken legs, but you never know. Tink. Here's the thing. It's like they just came off the grill because they've got that crispiness to them. So if you're not wanting to grill outside, but you want some drumsticks, a crock pot is the answer. It was seasoned well. The barbecue sauce I love. I mean, it really is hard to go wrong with that. It is only 3:30 in the afternoon. However, and it says we have that much longer, my chicken's done. And if you know me, I don't love chicken breast in the crock pot because it can dry out. So before it has a chance to do that, I'm gonna add my cornstarch slurry to this. I'm gonna turn it over to high. There we go. We're gonna turn it to high so that we can add that cornstarch slurry in, and hopefully it will help to thicken up the water or the chicken broth a little bit. And I'm gonna stick some bread in the oven, and we're gonna have a very early dinner tonight. Before we do our cornstarch slurry though, I'm gonna use my little chicken shredder to shred our chicken since it's sitting on top. I can just easily grab that out. And shout out, I can't remember who told me, but they said, you know that those handles snap in, right? Yeah, I didn't know that. I'd always just been kind of putting them in there and then they would come out. Yeah, I did not know that these little handles would snap in and still be able to turn, because you need it to turn so you can see how it's turning in there. So yeah, I had no clue. So whoever left me that comment and told me that, kudos to you. You're the MVP. All right, we've got, ooh, that's a large chicken breast. There is a lot of carrots stuck to the bottom of this chicken. Ooh, I'm trying to get it all off. And every time I touch it, it's burning me a little bit. That is a big chicken breast right there. Let's shred it up. Do you see why I love this contraption? Do you see how easy that was? That one part didn't get shredded right there in the middle. Now, oh gosh, it smells good. Now it's shredded, so I'm gonna add that back into our crock pot. Y'all, I wish you could smell this. Oh my word. I am stoked about this. I'm not feeling my best this afternoon. I don't really know what my deal is. I don't know if it's because I've been really working since 7:30 this morning. As soon as I finished setting the first thing up, I haven't stopped. I've been going all day. So I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm exhausted and I just don't feel great. So I'm thinking that a chicken stew is just what the doctor ordered today. Look at that. It's so easy. I love this contraption. And you can throw this thing in the dishwasher, just a heads up. If you are wanting to get one of these, they run sales on them on Amazon all the time. I've got it linked in my description box below, my Amazon store. I've got it linked, so you can just go shop it there. But I'm telling you, a subscriber sent me this and I am forever grateful. I thought it was gimmicky when I first saw it. I just burned myself. I thought it was gimmicky, but nope, it's actually really, really handy. Hold on. Okay, so now I'm gonna just kind of stir that through. Talk about some protein. Look at all of that. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do the cornstarch slurry. I added 3 tablespoons of cornstarch here. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of water. I'm gonna pour this in and mix that around. We're gonna let that hang out for 20 or 30 minutes while I am baking the bread to go along with this. And dinner will be ready for the evening. It's a good day. I lucked out. I still have a sourdough bread in the freezer from Wild Grain. So that's what we're having tonight. I've got the oven preheating, and then once this is done, we'll eat.
All right, so I've already taken a bite. This is amazing. The flavors of this soup is amazing. There's like, what'd you put in there? What?
Rosemary and thyme.
Rosemary and thyme. Like, this is probably the richest chicken stew I've ever had.
So we were saying it's like chicken noodle soup without the noodles. Also, I mentioned that Cole is here. I didn't know if he would be here tonight for dinner, and he is loving it.
Yeah. It's great. I like that word, rich. That's perfect for this.
Y'all, the aroma of it alone is just...
Oh man, it smells up the house. Really good.
Well, I am so glad that you're enjoying it.
Go ahead,
This
dig
is
in.
really, dig in, girl. Get you a big old bite.
So we apologize for the sound, but we should be back in business
That was my
now.
fault, by the way.
I wasn't going to call you out, but
I forgot to hit the button.
he forgot to turn it on. It's okay. We'll forgive you.
Look here, I got my favorite cup. Does everybody have a favorite cup?
That's his favorite cup.
my
You can
favorite.
barely tell it has Clemson Paul on it and stuff anymore.
I'm
because
one of
it's
those,
been through the dishwasher
I'm one of
so many
those people
times.
that have to have a big cup.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I bet there's somebody out there going, hey man, I got to have a big cup too.
Uh-huh.
Because I drank so much.
You've seen my big cup. It's like 40 ounces. Currently, I'm drinking out of this cup that has Maggie Moo all over it.
Yeah.
Found that in Hilton Head this summer, which is funny because I'm wearing a Hilton Head t-shirt today. But anyway.
Oh.
All right.
All right, dig in.
I am. I'm so hungry.
You've already had it, haven't you? It's so good.
I don't know how to describe it. Rich, like you said.
Yeah.
The rosemary and thyme definitely stand out in the best way.
Yes, absolutely. really good.
The carrots are perfectly cooked. I just cut into a potato, perfectly cooked. The chicken breast did not dry out. I mean, everything is just perfection. So if you are wanting to keep something in the back of your mind for if your family is sick, I know we're coming up on sick season here soon. This is the thing to make if you're sick. This is it.